Hello folks, welcome to another Whiskey Web Wednesday. Today I have a special treat for you. We are going to explore the world of smoke. So what better way to do that than to start with an Ardbeg 10. This is a heavily peated single malt Scotch from Islay. And if you're not used to smelling or nosing heavily peated malts like this one, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. There's so many flavours in whiskey, they're all coming at you. And that's why in 1979 the Scotch Whisky Research Institute established the first ever Scotch flavour wheel. And this allows you to dig deeper into the flavours. And today we're specifically going to look at peat smoke or smoke. And in here, if you look at the smoke area, it's divided in the second wheel into burnt, smoky and medicinal. And then further again into more detailed flavours after that. So it helps you to break down those flavours and think about the different aspects of smoke. Because when somebody tells you about a peated malt, it's not just peat. There's a lot going in there in terms of the different types of smoke. So let's explore some of those different types of smoke that you get in a peated whisky. Here at Shelter Point, we are innovating right now with the smoke project. So we are going to look at different areas of smoke and look at different ways of getting those smoke compounds into the whisky. So if you start off with a general look at smoke here, we can divide it into sort of 5 main areas. There's herbal smoke, savoury smoke, medicinal smoke, wood and coal. And there's a nice connection here because this actually came from a slide from an Ardbeg masterclass given by Bry Simpson, the Ardbeg ambassador here in Canada. So he did a deconstruction of Ardbeg and he broke down the smoke into these different areas. So say for example, you might pick up notes of Lapsang Souchong tea or juniper smoke. They used to smoke whiskey over a juniper fire. Juniper smoke doesn't have much visual element, so it's good for hiding from the taxman. And there was also maybe a burnt moss aroma that you could pick up. So these are all kind of earthy, herbaceous, smoky flavours, and a lot of that is from the creosol compound. So there's different compounds in the smoke itself. It's not just peat phenol. Now one thing I pick up a lot in Ardbeg is savoury smoke, so I get things like bacon, barbecued meats, smoked fish. And here in North America, we have a fine tradition of barbecuing. If you go to the deep south in the US, you can watch these pit masters smoke their meat for hour upon hour. It's like a 24-hour job just to create one excellent dish. So these smoke compounds come through strongly in many Islay malts. Medicinal is also another one. If you think of Laphroaig, Ardbeg, you have these very strong medicinal notes like TCP, band-aids or plasters in the UK. Now creosote like tar and salty aromas that come from the sea. And these are from phenols, more your traditional peat phenol, that you get these medicinal flavours. So that's the compound associated with medicinal smoke. And what about wood? Here in Canada we're surrounded by a wonderful array of lumber, and a lot of these woody aromas can come through in the smoke too. So we get maybe wet roots, applewood, hickory. Hickory's a big one in the deep south of the US too for those barbecue pit masters. Campfire or beach fire smoke, those kind of embers, that kind of thing. And there's 2 main compounds associated with these burnt wood aromas and coal, things like that. There's syringol, which is more the aroma, and then guaiacol, which is more the taste. So So you often get that sort of burnt smoke flavours from these. And the other area of coal, you can think of maybe like soot in chimneys, a coal-fired stove that you might have in the home, and maybe some kind of smouldering flavour there, smouldering coal. You know, when you get the edge, you make it ashy. Like I often taste in Bowmore sometimes an ashy smoke that comes through, so there's probably more guaiacol in that one than maybe some of the other more medicinal or savoury Islay malts. So this just shows you how one area of whiskey, just one little tiny section on that first wheel there of the flavour wheel, can be broken down even further into so many complex parts. So this is why whiskey is such an exceptional drink. The complexity is immense. And maybe the next time you're smoking your favourite peated whiskey, try and break down those different types of smoke and see what kind of flavour tasting notes you come out with. What smoke journey is it? Because it's never just peat. And a final mention for this book here, Firewater, by Derek Bell. Now this guy, he says here in the front page, it's Corsair's distillery in the US, and it's, if it has been done before, we are not interested in doing it. Imitation is suicide. Creativity is free. Innovate or die. Our goal is to make whiskies the world has never seen before. So he took this concept of strong innovation and he applied it to smoke. And this book is just full of like wonderful experiments that he's done with maybe like olive wood or different types of peat, and it'll give you all the tasting notes that came up with the whiskey from these different substrates that he's used for smoking. So with this kind of knowledge, we've been trying many experiments here at Shelter Point, and we will be releasing a whiskey hopefully sometime this year, which has been influenced by our smoke project experiments. So stay tuned, look out for it. But in the meantime, enjoy a Smoke Point or an Ardbeg or some other smoky dram. And if you have any questions at all about smoke or the different compounds or smoke, or if you have any favourite smoky tasting notes of yourself, please leave comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and click that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.